Greetings to everyone out there in the NoDQ galaxy. Welcome to the NoDQ experience here on NoDQ.com and the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Aaron Rift NoDQ. Tonight is night 2 of the 2019 WWE Superstar Shakeup. Could tonight be even bigger than last night? Only time will tell. Vince McMahon is apparently going to announce the biggest acquisition in the history of the WWE Superstar Shakeup. So WWE is really hyping this up, and I feel it can only be one of 3 people. Roman Reigns, which is the guy I've been predicting all along since WWE is moving to Fox with Smackdown this fall. Roman Reigns makes sense to be moving to Smackdown to carry the brand. Could it be Braun Strowman? Possibly. I'm not sure Strowman would be as big, even though he's physically bigger. I'm not sure if he's as big of a star as Roman Reigns, especially with how Strowman has been portrayed as of late. And then the third person is Brock Lesnar. Oh man, if it's Brock, imagine the backlash that would get. The internet would just be outraged if it's Brock Lesnar. I could see so many angry people that the whole War Raiders becoming the Viking experience is going to be nothing in comparison to the outrage that we see if Brock Lesnar ends up on SmackDown Live. And then, of course, he'll appear, on the debut edition on Fox, and then he'll disappear for another couple months. Ugh. I'm just saying, for the record, that is going to be a huge disappointment if Brock Lesnar is on SmackDown. I will be shaking my head at that one for sure. I feel it's going to be Roman Reigns. I feel like that is the prediction. John Cena is like, I mean, he's a free agent. He rarely shows up anyways. Roman Reigns is the only thing that makes sense to me. Maybe Braun Strowman if Strowman's going to be getting a renewed push and he'll be doing more than just feuding with Saturday Night Live guys. Greetings to everyone out there watching right now. In the chat room, we have 62 watching live right now. I'm sure that number will go up once SmackDown gets started. This is the little kickoff here for the NoDQ live reactions, just so I can mess around with everything and get warmed up and whatnot. I do have Skype open, so if somebody would like to call me right now with their final predictions for the show, I would like to hear from somebody. If Aaron Joel is watching this right now, I'd love to hear him call in and give me a piece of my mind because he's not a big fan of this format. And by the way, this format is just being done for the Superstar Shakeup. I felt like changing things up for the Shakeup and doing my live reactions. Next week, it will be back to normal. After Raw and SmackDown are over, I will be doing my wrap-up review videos. Okay, so we have Mike Nixon calling in. Mike, how's it going?
How's it going, Aaron? How you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing very well. I'm excited for the part 2 of the Superstar Shakeup. So I guess my question to you is, what are your predictions for tonight? Any surprises you see, or do you think it's going to be very straightforward?
As far as the big surprise, I think it's going to be Roman Reigns. Like you said, it makes the most sense, especially with SmackDown moving to Fox. They need to at least get the ratings to at least somewhat comparable to Monday Night Raw, if not even bigger. Because, I mean, let's be honest, Raw doesn't really put up a lot of good numbers these days.
Right. What about tag teams?
Tag teams, honestly, I don't think there'd be any big surprises. If anything, I can maybe see Roode and Gable.
Yeah, maybe.
Moving over to SmackDown.
Give them a fresh start.
Maybe like you said the other night, the B team maybe. I mean, it's not really going to make much of a difference, but as far as maybe any women, maybe like a Dana Brooke, maybe they move Natalya back over to SmackDown.
Yeah, there you go. Now, what about Paige's mystery tag team? What do you think?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. I've been trying to think about that all week, and I just can't put anything to mind. I mean, there's not really. Is there any? Is there any girl tag teams over in NXT?
Well, there's talk about Kairi Sane and Io Shirai being Paige's mystery tag team, which I think it's going to be them because I don't know who else it could possibly be.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I could see that.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you for calling in, Mike. Anything you would like to plug or promote?
Nothing to really plug or promote, but just keep up the good work, Aaron. Like I said, I've been a big supporter for years.
All right, well, thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate it. Have a great night, my friend.
You too, man.
Enjoy the show.
You too.
All right, bye. All right, we got Boogeyman79 calling in. Boogeyman, just 1 second. Ian Joplin just left a $5 super chat saying, can you see Vince McMahon declaring himself the biggest acquisition to SmackDown Live? As funny as that sounds, I don't think that's going to happen. It would be funny if he did that at first to troll people and then said, just kidding, here's the real guy. I mean, that would be a funny thing to do. And then Wayne Gangward just sent in a $20 super chat. Thank you so much for that. He says, the Aaron experience. Well, thank you. The Aaron experience, the Rift experience, whatever you want to call it. I'm down with that. So anyways, Boogeyman, how's it going, my friend?
Hey, Aaron, it's going good. I'm just hanging out. I haven't had a chance to. I'm not watching SmackDown yet, though. So I just wanted to call and know you were live. And side note, the Viking experience is a totally retarded name. but side note on wrestling, I just want to thank you for sending your condolences for my Facebook post about my father on Facebook yesterday, Ernie, but I honestly go by Boogeyman on here. So yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm very sorry to hear that. My condolences.
Yeah, man. So watching your channel and a little WWE is a good escape.
Yeah, for sure.
Looking forward to seeing the shakeup today. Hopefully, I don't know how it's going to work out, but I mean, the shakeup last night on Raw was kind of lackluster. So hopefully, there's some more. It's more entertaining tonight. So
yeah, I mean, anything you would like to see that would get a pop from you, like holy cow, this is amazing.
I would like to see because it seems like I would like to see like Undisputed Era or whatnot on there because it seems like they're pumping up the tag team division on Raw now.
Right.
Now they got to do something on SmackDown. So hopefully like more. Isn't Paige supposedly going to bring some tag team here on debut today on SmackDown?
Yeah, and the rumor, everyone's speculating that it's going to be Io Shirai and Kairi Sane.
Yep,
only time will tell on that.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Just to answer your question, which you did it for me, I'm hoping it's them.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I think that's what makes sense to me. I'm not sure who else would make sense in that position. Imagine if it's just like Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Like, what a letdown that would be. But
I know that would be a total like, okay. I mean, we're all hoping for maybe something different, but lately how WWE has been booking and doing their whole deal,
right?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked either.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take up too much of your time because I know you have like 10 billion people trying to call you on Skype. But it would be cool if Io Shirai and the Sky Powers. Maybe it would be kind of cool if they since they're dropping the ball on Asuka, it would be kind of cool if they started like a faction.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, they could potentially do something like that. I mean, I would not rule that out. All right. Well, thank you so much for the call. Anything you would like to plug or promote before we get started?
Maybe my Instagram, Boogeyman79, all spelled out, one word, and my Twitter is 79Boogeyman.
All right, sounds good. Thank you for that. And again, my best wishes to your family and much love to you guys.
All right. Same to you, man. Take care.
Take care. Have a great night.
You too. Bye.
All right, bye. Okay, guys, so on that note, I have closed Skype for the time being. All right, screw it. All right, Colin, you somehow got through. I did close Skype, but you managed to get through the Do Not Disturb. So real quick, what are your thoughts before SmackDown gets going here?
Oh man, I'm looking forward to see what Paige brings up from hopefully NXT. I'm hoping Sky Pirates on that. I'm honestly hoping to see Braun Strowman go over to SmackDown.
Yeah, imagine him and Roman if they both go over. That would be huge for SmackDown.
I'd be pumped. I honestly think SmackDown needs that. You know what I mean? And they have Lars. They will try to let Lars do his thing on Raw. I think both Roman and Strowman need a little change of pace. So I think SmackDown would be a good fit for them.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely shake things up. You know, the name is Superstar Shakeup. After all, you would expect that something big would happen. And with SmackDown heading to Fox, you know, they want to get as many eyeballs on the show as possible.
Yeah, they want those big names. You know, they want to draw all the eyes to Fox as they can. So
absolutely,
they're definitely going to try to go with their two biggest guys. And honestly, I think those two guys are it. So
we will see. All right, Colin, anything you would like to plug or promote?
Yeah, I want to plug Aftermath Wrestling real quick. I want to plug my YouTube channel, Colin Andrew. It's just COLIN space Andrew. I want to plug the NX team real quick. All my guys and girls in there. Keep supporting NoDQ. Someone go buy a shirt tonight.
Yeah, NoDQ.com/shirts. Oh, and real quick before you go, do you think we're going to see the Sky Pirates as Paige's mystery team?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, good brother. I sure do.
All right, so is there anybody else that we haven't mentioned that could show up and you would be like, wow, this is amazing?
Honestly, I could see, I don't know, maybe them bringing up Rhea Ripley from NXT UK and pairing her with somebody, but I'm not sure who.
I mean, there's a rumor about Pete Dunne being called up, and he did lose the UK title, so we'll see.
I'd be more than happy with that. The kid deserves it.
So let me ask you this real quick. I mean, we got a video package right now, so that's why I'm keeping you on here for a minute more. What about the idea of Pete Dunne in 205 Live? I know some people feel like he's too good for that, but at the same time,
honestly, I've mentioned it in a couple, our NXT chat and a few things like that. That I would not mind seeing Dunne go over to 205 Live because a lot of people have eyes on Dunne right now, and they're going to want to tune in to see him, which might help boost the brand. So either way, I would not have a problem with it because even if he went to 205 Live, I don't see him being there very, very long. So,
all right, well, that's a very valid point. Yeah, I just know people are saying give 205 Live a chance, and I say they need star power. They need a significant name there to.
They do, and then honestly that's the problem I see with the show right now. And anytime they get an established name, they bring them off the show up to the main roster.
Yeah, pretty much. So anybody who goes there who's a name, people are going to say, well, you know what, they're too good for the brand. All right, well, we got SmackDown. Something here comes. Looks like Kevin Owens. All right, so. Thank you for calling in, Colin. I really do appreciate it. Have a great night, my friend.
Hey, you too, sir. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
All right, so that was Colin Andrew, and I think Skype is closed now. If somebody tries to call, I'm not going to answer it right now. I will let you guys know when I will be answering calls again. So let's see. Kevin Owens is coming out. Obviously, it's in Montreal, so I expect a big reaction from the crowd. Based Ash Ketchum with a $2 super chat. Thank you for that. He says, CM Punk, LMAO. So he was just kidding. Nice try there. Nice try. Way to troll everybody with that. Yeah, CM Punk shows up. I don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, then I owe all of you a special gift if that happens. I should buy everybody NoDQ.com shirts if that happens. Everyone that's in this chat room. But that ain't gonna happen, folks. You can quote me on that one. CM Punk is not showing up tonight. Kevin Owens with his blue tie. Very nice. Ken, terminated by Google, said, I would love to see Candice to SmackDown, but Gargano is the NXT champion. Yeah, I mean, I could see them being called up together at some point whenever they do get called up. I mean, it looks like Gargano's there for the time being. Unless he's a surprise tonight. Never say never. Owens is over like a mofo. He even had to stop talking here just to soak in that crowd reaction. Remember the reaction Hogan got the night after WrestleMania 18? That was one of the biggest crowd reactions of all time, and that was in Montreal. Welcome to the Kevin Owens Show. Huge reaction from the crowd. You know, obviously they love their hometown guy. Now he's speaking in French, of course, to get that pop, even more than he's already getting. Yeah, thanks a lot, closed captioning. It says, speaking in French. I know that. I can tell. Why don't you tell me what he's saying? Ryan King says Pete Dunne is boring. So I guess he's not a big fan of Pete Dunne being the guy to boost viewers to 205 Live. Sounds like they're chanting we. There's still a ton of surprises. We'll see. So he's bringing up Vince's big announcement. The biggest acquisition in Superstar Shakeup history. So a couple of people are predicting Drew McIntyre to interrupt Owens here. We'll see if that happens. Is Owens hurt or something? Asks Kurapika. No, I just think this is what they're doing with Owens right now. You know, just to give him TV time. Much like when Miz would have Miz TV and sometimes he didn't even wrestle. You know, it was just something, you know, for Miz to do, basically. All right. I don't see the chat messages, so I have no idea who this is. Let's see who it is. Oh, Kofi Kingston. So I guess maybe somebody's going to interrupt Kofi. I mean, that's what would make sense here. I would assume that somebody's going to show up here as part of Smackdown from Raw to interrupt Kofi. And speaking of Kofi, there's no no Big E. Big E is injured. Yep, the announcer, to answer your question, Kurapika, the announcer just said Big E sidelined with an injury. Here comes Kofi with the pancakes. So the WWE champion slinging pancakes around. All right. Ryan thinks Rhea Ripley and Gonzalez are going to be Paige's team tonight. Base Dash Ketchum says Vince should troll everyone and just bring out his son Shane as the best in the world. I mean, they might as well troll people and then Vince say it's either himself or say it's Shane and then the real person comes out just to screw with everybody and give everybody heart attacks. Big Kofi chant for the new WWE champion. Insane Cookie says Pete Dunne gonna get their mainstream viewers on Fox, boys. Haha. I detect the sarcasm there with that comment. Oh, they really love Kofi. They're doing the Olay chant, but saying Kofi. Mike B with the $2 super chat. Thank you for that, Mike B. He says, Aaron Rift rocks. What? We're sorry, temporarily unable to load video. Please try watching something else. Try watching something else? You bastards. Sling just conked out on me. Let's try this again. I just lost my feed here. There we go. We're back. I almost had a heart attack there, guys. Try watching something else. It's Tuesday night, you bastards. All right, let's see what else we got here. Johnny Boy with a $2 super chat says, remember Steve Austin had a great Montreal ovation. That he did, but to me, Hogan was like the biggest one that I can remember in Montreal. And probably Bret Hart, too. Remember that pop that Bret got when Shawn did that promo in Montreal? That was such a great promo. When he was heel feuding with Hogan and then Bret's music hit. Wow. That was like the greatest trolling of all time. I got to be careful. I'm not going to scroll down in the chat because I know somebody's probably going to be coming out here soon. And Kofi said he's so happy to be able to share the moment with everybody. And he started speaking in French again, according to the closed captioning. Cheers and applause. Kevin Owens says he likes to sit. Is that like him making a fat joke at himself? That he can't stand up for more than 5 minutes? Kevin Owens is bringing up Big E not being there. Owens said Big E might still be stuck in the splits position in Brooklyn. Nice little line there. Oh, he's injured during the match, according to Xavier. Xavier's mad because Raw just got like 80% of the up, down, down roster. I'm sure Greg Cherry popped for that line. Again, I feel like Monday, I'm like, can we just get to the point here? When are we going to start seeing the debuts? I'm like, just get to the point. I mean, I get it. You know, this is done to build up the anticipation, get people speculating and reacting this way. Like, when are you guys going to have the guy come out? Just do it already, you know, just trying to work people up. So I get it. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm getting antsy. Here's the thing. He just used Jeff Meacham's catchphrase. Gimmick infringement, maybe? Big K. Big O. Yeah, Big K would be like Kevin Nash. So who is going to feud with Kofi now? I guess we'll find out soon. I would think by the end of this show we'll know. We'll see who comes over from Raw. Could it be Drew? Will it be Roman Reigns? I guess Kevin Owens wants to be the honorary member of the New Day now. There's video game tournaments and pancake throwing is part of the job of being a member of the New Day. Rusev and Nakamura are watching from the side again. They're not looking directly at the TV. They're looking at it, you know, standing from the side in that awkward angle like they do. Oh, Kevin Owens is gyrating like Big E. There you go. He can swivel his hips just like Big E. Man, this is going on a long time. This is really long for a talking segment here. I'm like, yeah, this is going on too long. Crowd is loving it though, so there you go. Big O is his new name. WCW Wrestling says Bray Wyatt versus Kofi would be good. Maybe it will be Bray Wyatt if he ever shows up. Will Kevin Owens even fit in that shirt? Can he even get it on properly? Oh, there you go. They purposely did the fat joke that he can't even fit in the shirt. Oh my God, they're putting a unicorn on Kevin Owens. The big O. It's a weird ass segment. Okay, so where is the first person? All right, we gotta have like Drew's music or something here. Somebody's got to crash the party. There they are standing from the side again. And there's Cesaro. Cesaro wants to do a 6-man match. So the brand New Day against Cesaro, Rusev, and Nakamura. Maybe they'll do an 8-man. Oh, wow. Wow, it is Balor. How about that? Holy cow. I was not expecting that because Joe did not go to Raw. Interesting. Wow. That is an interesting turn of events. Like I like the move, but I'm surprised because Joe did not show up on Raw. There you go. Finn Balor on Smackdown. I approve. All right. Good move here by WWE. Wow, Finn Balor. There you go, the blue tights. It's fitting. He's on the blue brand now. Finn Balor, Intercontinental Champion, now on SmackDown Live. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and open up Skype if somebody would like to call and give their thoughts. Let's hear from one of you guys. Just give me a second, guys, and I will read off some of the comments here in just a minute. Oh, Cindy G calling in. All right. Cindy, how's it going?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm actually pretty shocked of what I saw just now, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, Finn Balor on SmackDown, like, you know, I said this would have been a good choice all along. And I think the poll I did on NoDQ.com, I think Finn Balor got the most votes. I'd actually have to go back and check on that. But Balor was at the top of the list of people that the NoDQ audience felt would benefit the most from heading over to SmackDown. Let's see here. Which WWE star would benefit most from switching brands? Yep, Finn Balor was the number one choice, followed by Braun Strowman, and then AJ Styles was in third. Drew McIntyre in fourth. So how you feeling right now? What do you think this means for the IC title and the US title? Do you think they're possibly going to merge, or do you think Joe will end up going to Raw later? I mean, what do you think is going to happen?
I'm thinking they're going to merge the title because they already have too much titles, like in WWE. I feel like it needs to be merged right away. Well, not right away, but like very soon.
Yeah. Now, any other predictions or thoughts? Any other people that you would like to see? Like, if it was you calling the shots, who would you have debut tonight on the SmackDown brand?
Well, my obvious pick is going to be for the biggest acquisition that Vince is going to be bringing. It's going to have to be Roman Reigns. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised that Roman's going to be on SmackDown since, like, now that SmackDown's going to be on Fox, like, this fall. So it's going to be Roman. And then for the women's, I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I feel that Ruby Riot's going to be going to SmackDown by herself. I feel that, like, it's about time the Riot Squad need to break up.
Well, I agree on that. I would not have a problem with that. Maybe she can finally get some new music.
Agree.
All right, Cindy. Any other thoughts you have or anything you would like to plug or promote?
Well, you guys, you already know, follow me, NoDQ.com/Cindy. Take me to my Twitter page, and that's where I'm continuing to live tweet right now.
All right. Yeah. Well, you guys make sure you follow her, and I think you'll still be in the chat, right?
Yes.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much for calling in. I know we missed you last night. You had work, so I'm glad you were able to make it in tonight.
No worries. Anyway, take care. Have fun watching Raw, guys. Cheers.
All right, bye. All right, so I'm going to put that back on Do Not Disturb for now, and I will answer another call during the next commercial break. Let's read some of the chat comments. Curtis Butler says they are not going to be merged. Virtue says just to F with people, it should be Seth Rollins. What are we going to do now? Finn Balor was always the first guy to show up after the opening segment of Raw. Now they're going to have to get somebody new. I guess Finn Balor is going to be the guy to be in the second segment of SmackDown, which he was here tonight. So he's just basically switching his role. He's going to be the second segment of SmackDown every week now. Randall Miller's like, Raw only has one belt. Ugh. Garrett says, first time being here. Well, thank you for tuning in, Garrett. I hope you're enjoying the video. Hopefully you subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching a NoDQ video. Ken, terminated by Google, says, I'm going to miss Balor's future feud with Almas. Here comes the man who goes hard, Ali. Don't call him Muhammad Ali. Garrett says, still waiting on Breeze as well. Excuse me. Ken says Joe and Balor would be a good feud. The Gameson 100 says Joe will go to Raw definitely. And Ken says, I hope WWE gets rid of the U.S. title. Lewis Brown says Samoa Joe was supposed to be on Raw last night, so he's Raw exclusive. Well, WWE has not officially announced that yet. That's the thing. But, yeah, I mean, I think, that's what makes sense at this point. I don't think they're going to merge those titles. I really don't think any of the titles are merging at this point. Marshall Leonard says, I'll call in next commercial break. All right, sounds good, Marshall. All right, so this should be a pretty hot match here. Balor versus Mustafa Ali. Yeah, so far so good. I definitely approve of Balor being on SmackDown. And like I said with the NoDQ.com poll, the question was which WWE star would benefit the most from switching brands. And Finn Balor has the most votes, followed by Braun Strowman, AJ Styles, Drew McIntyre, EC3, and Sasha Banks. Those were the top votes. So we've had Balor, we've had AJ move. Let's see if Strowman and Drew switch over to the blue brand. Yeah, this should be a really good match here. So far, so good here with Balor and Ali. Crowd chanting, let's go Balor. George Robbins says, Balor looks great on SmackDown. It seems like it would suit him more. And Chris Garcia says, sucks that they are keeping Balor and AJ apart. Yeah, I mean, people have been wanting to see that match for a while. Curtis Butler deciding to be a troll tonight says, you guys are jumping to conclusions way too much, nerds. Curtis, that was mean. All right, I'm putting you in timeout for that. That was just mean. Don't be a butthole, Curtis. We all love each other here on the NoDQ channel. Don't be calling your fellow Marks nerds. Oh boy, he just got a double timeout because I did it and then TJS did it on top of him. So we won't be hearing from Curtis Butler for a while. TJS says, are the bars split up? That I don't know. I guess only time will tell. Holiday Evolution says, do you think Roman will move to SmackDown? Well, that's the one that I feel is the most likely biggest acquisition choice. TJS says, I'm a go hard in EC3. Wow. Well, I know you like EC3, TJS. Mike B with a $2 super chat says, I know it's obvious, but red brand is not as good as the blue brand. And I agree on that. I mean, Again, it's a 2-hour show. I know I sound like a broken record. All right. We're on a commercial break, so let's take a call here. Maybe Marshall will call in. Skype is open if somebody would like to call in real quick while we have this commercial break. Although the action is still going on, but you know nothing's going to happen. It would be interesting if just once they did a finish during the commercial break just to add a little bit more reality to it. Because, I mean, theoretically, in real life, these matches could end at any time. But they always conveniently not end during a commercial break. Hello, Marshall. How's it going?
Hello?
How are you doing?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you. We can hear you. Can you hear me? I don't think he can hear us.
What have you found SmackDown so far, Aaron?
I'm happy. I'm happy about Balor being on SmackDown. We got a good match so far. So far, so good. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Balor being on SmackDown is good for the show.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's definitely able to have a fresh start now. I am very intrigued, though, because Joe has not been drafted to Raw yet, so I'm wondering what's going to happen with the U.S. title. I mean, I don't think they're going to have both mid-card titles on the same
I don't
brand.
think they're going to have both mid-card titles on the same show. I think you're going to have to move Joe to Raw or do something because that's not normal to have two titles on one show.
Yeah, exactly. And they both serve the same purpose, essentially. Any other predictions you have for tonight, or any bold predictions that people might not expect?
I would be surprised if Brock Lesnar doesn't. I think here's what I think. Here's my bold prediction: Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns both show up on SmackDown. What do you think about that?
That would be huge. But then if Roman Reigns is the biggest acquisition, then Brock Lesnar would be downplayed a little bit, you know, because he wouldn't be considered as big as Roman Reigns unless Vince comes out and says, well, guess what? I have not just one, but two biggest acquisitions in the history of SmackDown. So, I mean, I don't think it's going to be both of them. I mean, I would be surprised.
It'll be both of them, but it'd be cool to see both, though.
Yeah, I mean, it would be huge for SmackDown, although, you know, Brock doesn't really appear much, so it's not like it's going to be that big of a deal. But we'll see.
Sure.
Anything's possible. All right, looks like we're coming back here from commercial. Anything you would like to plug or promote, Marshall?
No.
All right, well, thank you so much for calling in.
I'll be in the chat room tonight. Thank you.
All right, not a problem. Thank you so much for calling in. Have a great night.
You as well.
All right, take care. All right, that was Leonard Marshall. The Skype is back on Do Not Disturb, so I will answer another call when we return from the action, when we have a break from the action, I should say. George Robbins says, could it be Seth Rollins to SmackDown? I don't think so. Again, like, it would be really weird to me considering that the WWE champion is on SmackDown. But anything's possible now, I suppose. More Fave says Balor wrestling as a heel tonight, no smiling Finn. Well, that would be interesting, a Finn Balor heel turn. I wonder how that would work. I am definitely jealous of Finn Balor's abs. I could do 1,000 sit-ups and not have his abs. Although at the same time, I like pizza and carbs too much. So there you go. That's that. Nice chop there by Mustafa Ali. Yeah, both of these guys are so good. I mean, these guys just have natural chemistry. What's funny is that Balor actually looks a little bit smaller than Mustafa Ali, and Ali is formerly part of the Cruiserweight division. Should say was formerly part of the Cruiserweight division. So I just find that personally amusing. Like, WWE just has guys in the cruiserweight division, but then guys are in the regular division that are the same weight or even less. I mean, Balor might be under 205. Ali looks legitimately bigger than him a little bit, at least taller. Chris Cahill says Finn works better with smaller people. Well, that Lesnar match was surprisingly good. I mean, not really surprisingly. I figured it would be pretty good. But yeah, that was quite an enjoyable match. Brock works good with smaller people, as we've seen. You know, Rollins and AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan. I mean, some of Brock's best matches have been against guys a lot smaller than him. Although Brock is pretty much towering over just about anybody he faces. Caitlin's worried. She's paranoid because every time somebody says the big dog, she thinks she got spoiled. George Robbins says, funny how Ali was supposed to be pushed to the main event right now. See, I don't think he was going to get that Kofi Kingston spot, you know. I think what happened was Ali was going to get, you know, a little bit of a push, lose at Elimination Chamber, and then that would have been the end of it. And then what happened was Kofi took his spot, and Kofi got over really strongly with the fans. So WWE decided to change plans. But yeah, I don't think there was ever a plan for Mustafa Ali to win the WWE title from Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. I don't think that was something that WWE had planned out. All right, let's see. So again, if this is the usual pattern, we're going to see Balor win this. Ooh, drop kick into the corner. A nice bump there by Ali. Right into position, too. Very nicely done. And Balor doing the coup de grace, even selling his ribs to put over Ali. Nice stuff here. And of course, Balor picks up the victory. Really solid match here by these guys. And Ali still looks strong in defeat. So hats off to them. Solid opening match for Smackdown. Garrett mentioned that Kofi has tenure, which is true. Don Wooding says, any truth to Luke Harper leaving WWE, and did he get his request? Well, Luke Harper asked for his release. That's what he has acknowledged publicly, but there has been no word as to whether or not WWE has granted that release. You can request a release, but WWE could always deny it and say no. Balor puts back on the belt. Looks like he's going to be a good sport here and help up his fallen opponent, shake his hand. Good sportsmanship here on SmackDown Live. There you go. Good sports here on SmackDown Live. Big O. TGS says, how do you even ask for a release formally? Well, maybe you just go on Twitter and announce it. I'm sure Luke Harper made his intentions clear and said, I'm gonna post about this. You know, I'm ready to go. But I mean, I would think, you know, anybody in WWE who wants to do it the right way would go to Vince and say, look, you know, if you're not going to use me, I would like to leave, you know, that sort of thing. Oh boy, they're doing more fat jokes now. Now Kevin Owens is trying to see how many pancakes he could chow down. All right, here comes R-Truth. Dance break. I know Caitlin would like that. Since Naomi goes to Raw, this is from Kenny, who is going to head to SmackDown then? Well, maybe Sasha Banks? Although the word is that she's taken time off for now. So it's Charlotte Flair versus Carmella next. I don't know if that means somebody's coming out afterwards to interrupt. I guess we'll see. All right, let's open up Skype. Get some more feedback here from the show. So far, we're 30 minutes into the 2-hour show, and we've only had one. All right, Sean Smith calling in. Hello, Sean. How's it going?
Hey, not bad, man. Not bad at all.
All right, 1 second here. DJ Whitey just left a $5 super chat. Says, love your live reactions, Aaron. Are you this way watching alone? I don't know what you mean by that. I guess I'm the same way, whether the camera's on or not. Maybe I have it turned up a little bit for the camera. I don't know. Anyway, Sean, how are you feeling about the shakeup so far, even though we've only had one person announced, and that's Finn Balor?
I mean, so far, I want to say if Balor's on SmackDown, I guess we can say that Joe's on Raw, even though he's not there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll be announced later in the week. We could have a few more additional moves announced. I mean, that's certainly a possibility. Any other predictions you have for tonight? Any bold predictions?
The only prediction, even though I might be wrong, I'm thinking maybe one. I don't know. I'm really going into the shakeup on SmackDown blind, but I really can't say who would surprise me, because right now SmackDown's not really, I guess, blowing my mind right now.
Right. Who would you like to see if it was your call?
If it was my call, to be honest, if it was up to me, I would honestly, just to shake things up, switch the major titles. I would put Kofi on Raw, and I'll put Seth on SmackDown.
Well, there you go. I think that's probably not going to happen, but you never know. Anything's possible. We could see some kind of swerve. Rollins on SmackDown, I think, would definitely be a huge swerve for sure, because then you'd have no world champion on Raw unless you do add Kofi at the last minute or something like that.
Yeah. Although, honestly, being realistic, it wouldn't surprise me if Roman's actually announced to be on SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably going to be Reigns is the big one, but I'm trying to think, like, you got Paige's tag team, and then you might have a couple other people head over to SmackDown. I don't think there'll be as many, since SmackDown's a 2-hour show versus the 3-hour show, so I don't think they're getting quite as many people. But yeah, I could see Reigns, the tag team, and then maybe one or two other people coming in. But anyways, thank you so much for the call, Sean. Anything you would like to plug or promote?
The only thing I'll plug is my Twitter. Anybody that wants to follow me, they can follow me at MercilessDoom17.
All right, well, thank you so much for that. I appreciate the call. You have a great night, my friend.
All right, you too, Mr. Riff.
All right, take care. Have a great one.
All right, you too.
All right, bye. All right, that was Sean Smith. So I will go ahead and put the chat back on Do Not Disturb. I do feel like I'm adapting to this better than last night. Last night was a bit rough at times, but now I'm starting to get the hang of this. Although, like I said earlier, this was just a 2-off. Just doing this for the Superstar Shakeup. Next week, it will be back to normal, the regular format. I may bring back the live reactions every now and then, but that will only be for special occasions. The plan right now is to go back to the normal format next week with NoDQ live reactions after Raw and SmackDown. Do my live review afterwards. Mike Nixon, did I miss anything big? So far, just Finn Balor to SmackDown. He's been the only one up to this point. And we have the chat room arguing about waffles versus pancakes. I gotta say, it's hard to resist chicken and waffles. Cardboard box getting drafted, says Ratnick. This one's so dumb. The other one was way better. Looks like a friggin'... It's like a dinosaur puppet choking on the fog. That one's dumb. I don't know how that's supposed to be scary. The closed captioning. Heh, heh, heh. Huh. Corey Graves is like, I don't know what we just saw, but I'm totally good if we don't see it again. R-Truth and Carmella dancing. Charlotte Flair's coming out. Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, they just cut here, and now Kevin Owens has pretty much finished the set of pancakes. All right, that's how you get Kevin Owens over, as a fat guy who just eats too much. All right. Where's Scott Steiner to show up? That would be entertaining. Scott Steiner to SmackDown. I would pop for that. Mike B with a $2 super chat says, KO heel turn tonight? Ooh, that would be interesting. Would they actually turn Kevin Owens in his hometown? I don't know. Based at Ketchum says, I want Big E to be champion. Well, he's not going to be champion for a while. He's out of commission for about 6 weeks or so. Apparently, Otis and Tucker are going to be on SmackDown. I don't know how accurate that is. What about Shayna Baszler from NXT, says 326LCP. Well, she is still the women's champion, so, I mean, I don't see the point in her being called up until Ronda comes back, because at that point, you can have Shayna be Ronda's muscle or be her backup. You know, if Ronda comes back as a heel, especially. That'll be interesting to see if Ronda comes back as a babyface or as a heel. So the IC title and US title are on the same show, asks Mike Nixon. For now, I mean, unless Samoa Joe goes to Raw, which I think is probably going to happen. But because of him being sick, you know, WWE had to change plans with that. I don't know what they're going to do at this point. I would assume that Joe's going to end up going to Raw. And they'll just announce it, you know, later this week on social media. The Charlotte's yelling out, I hate Canada. So I guess she's still a heel now. I mean, it is possible. Well, Balor just had his match, so it's not like he can lose the... Maybe Joe loses the ice... Or, no, he can't because he's sick. So I don't know what they're going to do. TGS says if Carmella wasn't dancing, this would be a bathroom break match. Yeah, I mean, I'm not particularly into this one. I'm kind of just, like, watching it. But, yeah, not really doing much for me here. I feel like I'm just going to take another call here because I'm, like, not really invested in this match. I'm waiting for them to bring out some more people. I mean, unless Sasha comes out or something, this isn't really all that exciting here. Virtue says marks are the worst, like TJS. Why do we have TJS on the NoDQ review if marks are the worst? Just saying. DJ Whitey with a $5 super chat says, do you think Bray was gone so long because of JoJo's pregnancy? I mean, that was probably part of it, you know, just the combination of that and there not really being a creative direction for him. So, you know what? If there's no creative direction and your woman is pregnant, you know, get some time off, you know, just take a break, recharge your batteries, heal up from any nagging injuries, you know, might as well. Sometimes timing is everything. And, you know, if you got other things going on and the company has nothing for you, you might as well just take a little bit of a break. All right, we have another commercial break. So, yeah, I am going to reopen Skype. So if anybody would like to call in, give some thoughts on what might happen later, go ahead and call in. I'd love to hear from you. NoDQRift@gmail.com. And this is also an invitation to Aaron Joel. I know he's not a fan of this concept. If he wants to publicly call me out, how about calling me and saying your format is stupid? And call me a hypocrite here. You got the form. Aaron Joel, NoDQRift@gmail.com. Call me a hypocrite. Let's hear it. There's no number, guys. It's the email address. NoDQRift@gmail.com. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here. Cindy says Aaron Joel doesn't like the No DQ review. All right, we got a call here. Hello, how's it going?
Oh, hi. How are you? This is the first time I'm calling you, and wow, I've always watched your videos since 2008, so over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's been a long time.
Well, thank you for your viewership. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I think that, okay, I'm just trying to gather my thoughts. I think that the announcement that Vince is going to, the superstar that Vince is going to announce is, I'm going to say Rift Aaron's. I'm just kidding.
That better not be, or I'm going to call shenanigans on that one.
Yeah, but I think it's going to be Drew McIntyre. Because it would have to be a heel, right? Like Vince is going to announce the biggest star, and he was originally the chosen one before he left for TNA and rebuilt himself. So he's obviously going to be the guy that's going to come out, right? Or maybe it could be Braun, turning Braun back heel.
Yeah,
rebuild him.
I mean, I know why you're saying Drew, because when you think of Vince, you go back to Drew's first run when he was Vince's chosen one. Maybe he brings out Drew, but then somebody else comes out and attacks Drew and takes his spot or something. I don't know. Oh, by the way, real quick, how do we pronounce your name?
My name is Basilio.
Basilio.
I usually go by Basil or Leo.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. I just wasn't sure with the name. What's your name in the chat room?
I go by Psycho Jet Black.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. Well, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it. Anything you would like to plug or promote?
Nah, I just wanted to call and say that I've always watched your material, and I hope keep up the good work, Aaron.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the show.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. Take care, my friend. All right. Let's go ahead and put it back on Do Not Disturb. We're back from commercial break. Charlotte and Carmella in progress as we watch this right now. I guess Noah's just going back to the show. I really do appreciate everyone who calls in and says some nice things about the videos. That is really awesome. I'm still waiting for somebody to call in and give me a piece of their mind. Like, I know there's a lot of trash talkers. I have a lot of critics, especially on Twitter. And it's open. I want some ratings here. I want some controversy here on this video. Like, I want somebody to call in and just say what they say on social media, How is Jonathan able to call in when I'm on Do Not Disturb? Jonathan, I'm not going to answer that right now since we're still on the match. If you want to call back during a commercial, I'll let you know. I don't want to answer the question or answer the call right now. It is Jonathan, by the way. Just to prove it, I'm answering it. Jonathan, are you there?
I'm here, Aaron. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just wanted to prove to everybody that this was a legitimate call and I'm not ducking somebody who was out there to call me out or something. Charlotte just won with the figure eight, by the way, over Carmella, as I expected. So I'll keep you on here anyways. If something happens, I might have to cut you off, though. So any thoughts you have on the show up to this point or any predictions?
Well, I was not really expecting Finn Balor. I haven't seen too much of the show. Who else have they is switching over to SmackDown Live?
Well, up to this point, it's only been Finn Balor.
My prediction. I'm kind of thinking. I'm guessing. I don't know what's going to happen with Samoa Joe then with U.S. title, but if I were to make a couple predictions, I'm actually.
Oh, wait a second. Lars Sullivan. I guess he's on SmackDown now?
I guess so. I mean, there wasn't really on any roster before, but I guess he's on SmackDown now.
Now, see, here you go. This makes sense. R-Truth is in the ring. He's not beating up like a guy who shouldn't be getting beat up. He's beating up somebody who's, pretty low on the totem pole like R-Truth.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking Roman. I'm thinking Roman will make the big switch because they want to get a big star there for Fox in October, and I think and plus this could probably give Roman a chance to kind of rebuild himself a little bit. Get the momentum of the fans behind him. Still keep that train rolling. Because last thing the WWE wants is the fans to turn on him again.
Right, exactly. Now, it looks like R-Truth's trying to fight off Lars Sullivan, but I don't think he's going to have much success here. And, of course, Lars has got control now. Lars does make sense. I think it's too soon for him to be fighting for the WWE title, but, Lars would be a good opponent for Kofi Kingston if they built it up properly. Gave Lars a couple of months to build him up as a monster, and then maybe for SummerSlam or something, you could possibly do Lars Sullivan versus Kofi for the title. That is, of course, if Kofi stays WWE champion for that amount of time,
Yeah, another possibility is if they want to really push Lars Sullivan, have him win the Money in the Bank contract.
Yeah, there you go.
Kofi or wait till SummerSlam to cash it in or something like that. Kind of keep it a surprise. Keep people guessing on are they actually going to pull the trigger this soon with this guy? It might make it interesting. Make interesting character development there.
Now wait a minute. Now he's heading over towards Carmella. I don't think they're going to have him do anything to her. Yeah, she's just ducking out of the ring. I don't think they're ever going to do just blatant man-on-woman violence again.
In this today's day and age, it seems like there's just, even though freaking other wrestling promotions have done that. I remember when I was watching Lucha Underground for the first time, seeing a sexy star go against the guys. That was a legit surprise to me. I'd never seen that.
Right.
I'm sure, but I've never seen done on American television before.
Yeah, exactly. But she just ducked out of the ring, and now Sullivan's got him up, and he's gonna, sit down powerbomb to R-Truth. Nice knowing you, Truth. Now, see, that makes sense. When he was beating up even Rey Mysterio, but who was the guy he beat up? He beat up the Hardy Boys, and I was like, what? Why do you have them destroy the tag team champions? To me, that wasn't necessary.
Sounds like they'll recreate and try to make him the next Brock Lesnar. Remember, in Brock's debut, one of the first people he feuded with was the Hardy Boys.
That is true.
Instant callback there.
All right, anything you would like to plug or promote?
You guys want to just keep supporting Aaron, guys. He's a great dude. Follow him on, I know he has, he has an Instagram. I have Instagram. Follow both of us there. We both have Twitter. Hopefully SmackDown is a better show than Raw. I heard that people really didn't like last night's Raw. I didn't watch last night's Raw, but I hope this is at least a better shakeup than last night's shakeup.
Only time will tell. I mean, I'm still surprised though. I don't know if this means Lars is on SmackDown. I'm looking up WWE's Twitter to see if we can get any information, but I don't know if this means Lars officially on SmackDown or not. I don't know if they announced anything, so I don't know.
All right. Well, good talking, Aaron.
All right, good talking to you too. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, have a great night. All right, that was Jonathan calling in. So let me look at the chat and see if anybody can give me a clue here, because I'm not sure if I heard it. TGS says this show has been a dud. Ken Terminated by Google says, I thought Lars' finishing move is the flying headbutt. They may have dropped that move already because, it's just a dangerous move. I don't even know why he did it in the first place. Dustin says, Conor McGregor with a $2 super chat. That would be interesting, but I don't think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's still doing fighting. Noah says, rather slow show tonight. Oh, yeah, and he did beat up Kurt Angle as well. Darren G says, R-Truth is nothing more than a comedy act. By the way, Skype is open right now if anybody would like to call in. Hamp Connor with a $2 super chat says, so are we flipping the US and IC titles? I mean, that's what I'm expecting to happen if I had to make a prediction at this point. I mean, I've heard that WWE is going to possibly announce a few more switches over the next couple of days on social media. So they could just randomly say, for instance, tomorrow they could say, oh, by the way, Samoa Joe's heading to Raw. I mean, that could definitely happen. Or maybe we'll get some sort of swerve before the end of the show. But is it just me, or does it feel like this show is moving really slow-paced? All right, let's see. Who do we got calling in now? Oh, Virtue's calling in. All right, let's get him on. Virtue, how's it going?
Yo, what's up, Rift?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out if Lars Sullivan is officially on SmackDown or not. Did you hear anything from the announcers or anything like that?
No, I mean, it's weird because he was on both shows, so what does it mean? I would say he's on SmackDown because that's where he showed up lately.
I mean, I guess, but I'm looking on WWE's Twitter account and they haven't actually said anything definitive, like if Lars Sullivan is officially part of the SmackDown brand. So I'm confused right now.
Here's some controversy. Tell Ken Terminated by Google to kiss my ass.
Ooh.
How about that? Instead of me typing in a chat, you actually heard it from me, from my vocal cords, bro.
Oh, nice. Well, at least you actually call in and say what's on your mind here, unlike some people, Aaron Joel.
Twitter's telling me I hate Kofi Kingston because I'm just seeing the WWE title belt and all of these goofy spots tonight. Look, I don't hate Kofi. I hate main event Kofi. People didn't want to buy into Jinder Mahal 2 years ago. I don't have to buy into Kofi. I don't care if he has 11-year experience or not. He's like Dutch Mantel would say, he's a good little hand. Nothing more. He replaced Mustafa Ali, who got hurt because of Randy Orton. It is what it is. I don't like this. It's making the title belt look awful.
Well, there you go. If you guys disagree with Virtue, NoDQ_Virtue.
Daniel Bryan was doing a hell of a job. That's my point.
Well, there
Everybody
you go.
wanted Daniel Bryan back. And now, it's Kofi. Daniel Bryan's awesome. I hope he's not hurt, Aaron. What's the latest on Daniel Bryan?
Well, we'll see. If he's not on this show, I would guess that he's hurt and they're just not doing anything with him. Conor McGregor is retired, Mr. Rift, so it's possible from Based Ash Ketchum. So he thinks there's a possibility it could be Conor McGregor. I don't know if I think that. think that's really a possibility, but
Dude, I'm expecting Braun, because it's the biggest. But if not, maybe Roman would be a nice surprise. But if they don't turn Roman heel, the crowd's gonna shit on him. Oops, I mean crap on him. My bad.
hey, I mean that's the first S-bomb we've had tonight.
Yeah, so hopefully I might owe you a buck. That's all I got.
I think I'm
guess
not the only person
payoff,
confused.
dude.
All right, well, thank you so much for calling in, Virtue, and I appreciate the little rant here. I mean, it's definitely spicing things up in the chat room for sure.
Well, I mean, I'm waiting to see who this acquisition is, and they're actually going to make us wait through a boring TV show. What good has happened tonight? Finn Balor?
Pretty much.
Yeah. All right. Well, at NoDQ_Virtue on Twitter. So that's all I got.
Direct all the hate mail there. Thanks, Virtue. Take care, my friend. All right, that was Virtue. Now I'm going to put this on Do Not Disturb for the time being. I am really confused about this whole SmackDown thing. Baystatch Keshem with a $2 super chat says, I agree with Virtue. Bird Chest is not a main event star. Shaking my head. Ouch. Savage line of the night. I don't know. Hamp Kana with a $2 super chat. Thank you for that, Hamp. Says, maybe it's Ronda Rousey. She just had surgery today, so I don't think it's going to be her. George Robbins says, I know it would be boring, but 3-hour SmackDown would have made sense for tonight. I don't know, man. It's been 1 hour so far, and I'm just feeling like very little has happened. I mean, Lars Sullivan shows up every week. And here comes Becky Lynch to do another promo. I guess she's going to talk about Lacey Evans. This is the problem with people being on both shows. They kind of get overexposed, and it's especially bad when they do the same promo every week. Are they going to chant Becky 2 belts again? Now, there we go. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. Becky 2 belts chant. So a little bit of breaking news here. It looks like Killian Dane is done with WWE. He posted a message on Twitter that it's time to leave this behind and walk a different path. So yeah, I think we have another departure here. I don't know if he's been released or if he asked for his release. She says she's going to beat up every single one of them dopes. I have to say, I think she's the first person to use the phrase weirdos and... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Ember Moon. Ember Moon is officially on SmackDown Live, so there you go. New start for her. I like this. I like it. I mean, Ember Moon's been doing nothing the last couple months, so yeah, this is a fresh start for her. She just proclaimed that the She-Nom is on SmackDown Live. What's up with her hair, though? She kind of has like the Naomi thing going with her hair. Ember Moon says she's here to make a name for herself. Oh, wait a minute. Bayley is on SmackDown Live. How about that? So yeah, looks like the Sasha and Bayley team is no more unless Sasha appears. There you go. Bayley and Ember Moon now on SmackDown Live. I like it. Change things up here. This is what the Shakeup's all about, right? So just to make it clear here, Bayley just said she has in fact joined SmackDown Live. She said, I think I got all my hugs out on Raw. Wow, crowd booing when Bayley just brought up her and Sasha becoming the first women's tag team champions. Interesting. Now she just said, I'm here on SmackDown as a singles competitor. And Bayley said she's looking for 2 other titles. Oh, here come the Iconics. Holla, 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 maybe? People are wondering if this means Bayley's going to turn heel. I just think Canada doesn't like Bayley that much for whatever reason. Maybe we'll see Paige bring out her team maybe after the match. Oh, the Iconics gloating about how they took Bayley's titles. Hey, you know what's funny? We've heard the phrase belts used a lot more than usual. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes Paige. As Jarrett would say, business is about to pick up. Paige is going to bring an impressive tag team to SmackDown Live. Let's see who it is. Paige here. Paige says the fans would have more fun if the Iconics defend those titles. All right, Paige is going to make her announcement here. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. So Paige just was about to make her announcement, and here comes Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. I think this is a swerve. I don't think they're actually Paige's team. It's got to be a swerve, right? They said, thanks, Paige, but we don't need any introduction. SmackDown has waited long enough for the reunion of Absolution. Oh, here we go. Yep. Paige says, I'm not here to introduce you two. 2 revolutionary women she's introducing. The next women's tag team champions. Asuka. Asuka's, okay, so I guess there's not, unless Kairi Sane's going to be the second person. Asuka's the first person. Asuka's partner. Kairi Sane. All right, so they're not doing Io Shirai and Kairi Sane. All right, so Kairi Sane and Asuka are going to be a team. Let's see what you guys think about that. Based Ash Ketchum says, just terrible. Harley says, the Japanese experience. I like that. Ryan says, Paige leading the Asian invasion. Paige doing their promos is the best choice, says Ma Wrestling. All right, so we got a big brawl erupting between everybody. Marshall Leonard says, terrible tag team. George Robbins says, why is this too many in the ring? It's a cluster. Curtis Butler says, Panda Express. That's really offensive, Curtis Butler. I'm just saying. Chris Garcia says, something different as Paige is going to be the voice for them. All right, let's open up Skype. I'm sure somebody out there has an opinion about all this. That was a loaded segment. Finally, we had a segment that was interesting and noteworthy. All right, Maka's calling in. Hello, Maka. How's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Finally, we had a noteworthy segment here on SmackDown. Definitely a lot of people giving their opinions about this, so I guess I'll get yours. What do you think about the big announcements here? First of all, Bayley and Ember coming over from Raw, but also we have Kairi Sane teaming up with Asuka as Paige's tag team. What do you think about that?
Well, here's the thing. I think Bayley coming to Raw is a good thing for Sasha. Here's why. I actually have an idea. Like, from what it seems, I think it's going to be Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans, probably at Money in the Bank, correct? So
potentially.
So why not do that match? And why not right as soon as the match is over, why don't you just have Sasha come out there and just beat the crap out of Becky Lynch?
Ooh, there you go. Have her turn heel.
And establish her as like the top heel in the women's division. I mean, I don't see why not. I mean, Ronda's gone and Charlotte looks to be staying on SmackDown. So I think this would be the perfect opportunity to turn Sasha heel and have her take full advantage of the shakeup. Now, as far as for Asuka and Kairi Sane, I actually want to see a swerve. I think they should have a match, and then as soon as the match is over, I actually think they should lose their first match. That way, Asuka could just snap on Kairi Sane and turn her heel.
Oh, wow.
That's something that could be done.
That would be an interesting swerve, to say the least. And then they could always bring up Io Shirai, a couple months down the line as Kairi Sane's partner.
Yeah. And as far as Bayley and Ember Moon, I mean, honestly, my biggest fear is I feel like they're going to end up being a tag team,
right?
And challenge the Iconics. If it were me, I would just have one of them, probably Ember Moon, take the SmackDown Women's title off of Becky Lynch. But I don't even think that's going to happen at this stage of the game, and it's kind of sad because I feel like Ember is probably the best wrestler in the women's division on SmackDown, to be honest, next to Asuka.
Right.
So I think she's more deserving, and I don't think she's ever had a SmackDown or Raw Women's title match on the main roster ever since she's been called up.
Yeah, she's really marketable as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't think so, but I will say this: my prediction for last night with Asuka didn't happen. So I'm going to make another bold prediction tonight. My bold prediction for tonight is for Vince McMahon's biggest acquisition to SmackDown. I believe that not only is it going to be Brock Lesnar, but it's going to be Kofi Kingston and Brock Lesnar at Money in the Bank.
Interesting. That would be quite the match.
To stick it to Kofi Kingston.
Well, if Vince wants to continue that storyline where he's, hell bent on proving that Kofi's not an A+ player, yeah. But yeah, I don't know about that. Man, Brock Lesnar being the WWE champion, that's a really bold prediction there.
I mean, I think that Kofi Kingston beating Brock Lesnar on his own would further add more credibility to him as WWE champion, because I gotta be honest, I have no interest in Brock Lesnar being world champion on either brand.
Yeah, I agree on that, my friend.
I'm very much against that, and I have to be honest, if it's not going to be Brock Lesnar as Vince's biggest acquisition, I'm more than sure it's going to be Roman Reigns.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's got to be, again, Lesnar, Reigns, or maybe Braun Strowman. But anyways, we're back here with the 8-man tag. Thank you so much for calling in. Anything you would like to plug or promote real quick?
No plugs, no promotes. Just as I said last night, I mean, just keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All I can really hope is that SmackDown really gets more out of the Superstar Shakeup than Raw. As it is right now, I would have to give the Shakeup for SmackDown a C. I would have to wait till the end of the show and see if there's any improvement with the Shakeup. But so far, I think the only person being called up to the Shakeup for SmackDown that I really like right now is probably going to be Ember Moon, just because I think it's going to be a fresh start for her.
Right.
So, but other than that, just keep up the good work, and NoDQ's awesome. I mean,
thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Thanks for the call. Take care, my friend.
No problem. You too.
All right, bye. All right, Skype is now once again on Do Not Disturb. So yeah, we got an 8-woman tag team match right now. We had a nice little sequence there with Sonya Deville and Asuka. Chat site forum says, Aaron, do you think Vince will troll us with Baron Corbin? He might. I mean, I definitely would not put that past Vince to do. So yes, Alexander Wolf announced that he is leaving. He said goodbye. I'm not sure if I said Killian Dane earlier, but I meant Alexander Wolf. And I did post what he said over on NoDQ.com if you would like to check that out. Mike Nixon, feel free to call in again if you would like, if you have more to say about what's going on here. Ken Terminated by Google says, if Vince announces Drew McIntyre, it would be the first time Vince is pushing him as a chosen one. What? Or wouldn't, he meant. Wow, they're dragging out this 8-woman tag team match. We got another commercial break. All right. I guess Skype back open. If somebody would like to call in, go for it. Mike Nixon, feel free to call in again if you would like. Anybody else who has not called in yet? Harley is calling in. Hello, Harley.
Yeah, here. This is actually the second time calling. So since last week.
I can barely hear you.
Yes, hello, Aaron. Can you hear me?
Barely. Can you turn up your mic at all? Let me make sure mine. Okay, mine is all the way up. Go ahead, say something.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me now?
I can barely hear you.
Okay. Okay, sorry about that.
Just real quick, your thoughts on what's been going on here.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Harley.
Okay, sorry. Hello, yes. Sorry, I can't hear you. I think I'll try calling a while.
If you want, go ahead and give your thoughts real quick on the well, we lost him. I think Noah tried calling in too. Wait a minute, who's calling in now? Oh, Mike Nixon's calling in. Okay. Hello again, Mike.
How's it going, Aaron?
Going good. So any updated thoughts on the show?
Yeah, I just had a quick little rant.
Go for it.
About Corey Graves. Because did I really hear him say SmackDown just became iconic when the Iconics were already on SmackDown to begin with?
I didn't even hear that, but yeah, I guess maybe he just wasn't paying attention or he was just on autopilot. I don't know.
He literally said that when the Iconics came out. He was like, "And look at this, SmackDown Live becomes iconic."
Oh,
come on, Graves. You need to be within the show. They've been on SmackDown since they debuted.
Well, you know what? I guess the excuse is that he's so infatuated with them that he just loses control of his brain functions, and he just goes on autopilot.
Thinking of them.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. Well, we're back from break. So, anything else, real quick, or any other comments?
Just I'm really enjoying the show a little bit. I mean, this just became a lot more interesting with the whole women's division. I actually like Bayley going over to SmackDown as a singles competitor, and then I really like what the last caller said about Sasha turning heel. That would be an excellent idea, and it would make her more realistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Money in the Bank. Yeah, have her show up and just maybe make her the female CM Punk and let her just speak her mind.
How about her winning Money in the Bank, and then Becky has a match, and then after Becky's match, a beat up Becky, she gets beat up a little bit by Lacey Evans. She's a little beat up. Out comes Sasha and cashes in on her.
Interesting idea. I mean, we could see something like that happen with Money in the Bank. So here's the thing, though, with Money in the Bank. So regardless of who cashes in, I don't think they should cash it in right away because we had that happen last year with a quick cash in. Right. I'd rather see that take place down the line. But anyways, Mike, we got to get back here to the match. Thank you so much for the call. Okay. I appreciate it.
All right, my brother. Have a good one.
All right, have a great one. Take care. All right, so on that note, I will put Skype back on Do Not Disturb here. Bailey to Belly from Bailey. And whatever that move is that Billy Kay does. And why you spoil it, the Gameson 100? I got to scroll up. I'm getting spoiled. So I know Kairi Sane wins, but the match is still going on. Well, I mean, that's pretty obvious anyways because she's the newcomer. Yeah, she's going up to the top. Going to hit the elbow and win. But thank you again for spoiling me. Big insane elbow and stick a fork in the reigning tag team champions and she's done. The champs lose again. Poor Iconics. They're so far, what are they, 0 for 2 since winning the tag team titles? Yes, I am delayed by about a minute, just so you guys know. So apparently Corey Graves always says that line about SmackDown, how SmackDown is iconic when the Iconics come out. Oh, TGS just said spoilers get timed out. So there you go. Bailey, Ember Moon, Kairi Sane, and Asuka celebrating with Paige. And still to come, Vince McMahon to announce the biggest acquisition in SmackDown history. Did they say Lars is officially on SmackDown? Again, I'm gonna look on WWE's Twitter again and see if they said anything about Lars. All right, so they're talking about the women's division. Oh, wait a minute, they're recap. Okay, so yes, Lars Sullivan. They just showed the graphic. Lars Sullivan is officially on SmackDown Live. All right, so they're showing the recap now. All right, since they're showing a recap, I guess we can go ahead and take another call. Noah Foster, I know you tried calling in, so if you would like to call in, feel free to do so. If anybody wants to rant, somebody's angry, has something they want to get off their chest. If somebody wants to call me out, I'm still waiting for somebody to give me a piece of their mind. Somebody would like to call in. Skype is once again open. Okay. I don't recognize this person, so I'm taking a chance here that they may be crazy, but let's do this. Okay. Hello, who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Phil.
This is Phil. Okay, are you in the chat room?
Yes, yeah, the Cap Productions.
Okay, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I'm calling today because I have some insider info, although things change. I mean, you know, at one point my insider info was golden, but right now it could be changing. But the big announcement that Vince McMahon has is going to be that he himself is going to be the commissioner of SmackDown from now on.
All right, well, we'll see what happens with that. Thank you so much for the call. I'm hanging up on him because he was kind of acting goofy. I didn't exactly trust him. Yeah, I'm not going to answer the call if I don't recognize the name. Sorry, guys. He was giving me the... Christopher Mace is calling in. I know he's all good, so... Hello, Christopher Mace.
Hey, what's going on? I just got off work, so I have no idea what's going on SmackDown right now.
Oh,
so
nice.
I'm listening to you, so I know what's going on.
Oh, so you know what's going on through me. Well, we just had somebody call in with some inside information that Vince is going to be the full-time commissioner.
Well, wait and see if all the people are in control. Remember, it's not them, it's the people.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like that guy was just like 5 seconds away from trying to say something racist, but I cut him off before he had the chance. So anyways, any prediction now for the big acquisition?
Well, I'm about to say I have no idea who's going on there so far, so I have to catch up on it. But I'll say either Reigns or Strowman, but I think I'm leaning towards more Reigns. So I don't see him feuding with Seth Rollins right now for the Universal title as a babyface. So I could see Reigns being the one that goes over there to SmackDown and challenges for the WWE title.
Oh, we'll see. Oh, right now they got... Kevin Owens is doing Big E's entrance for the New Day.
Oh, Lord.
And right up to the Don't You Dare Be Sour.
Oh, God.
Well,
people like I said, I just got home, so I said, I saw Aaron, so I better try to call real quick, see what I can find out what's going on. So I'm going to play catch up with it. So
yeah, people.
I predict Reigns is going to be the one that is the big acquisition. That's what I'm going to predict right now is Roman Reigns going to be him.
Yeah. Anthony says KO is a comedy figure. It's so sad. People are thinking maybe Kofi gets betrayed by Owens and Owens does a heel turn here. I would not rule that out. What do you think about that? Do you think that this corny, over-the-top babyface Owens character is not going to work out?
I don't think it's going to work. He's better off as a heel. Like I said, he did decently when he was a babyface in ROH. That was right as he was getting ready to leave Ring of Honor when he became a babyface. So
he's being so over the top right now. I feel like he's going to turn heel on Kofi.
Yeah, he's going to. I said Kofi's got to have a credible challenger. I think Kevin Owens could be a good feud for him to have.
Yeah, and you gotta look at it this way too. Like right now, the SmackDown heel side is still pretty weak. So Owens turning heel, especially if Reigns comes over, and even Strowman. If it's Reigns or Strowman, you need a strong heel. Although Owens, we all remember how he fared against Braun Strowman a year or two ago. That didn't exactly work out so well for Owens. But yeah, I think Owens would be a good challenger, possibly. Curtis Butler with $2 says, nice way to spend a birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Curtis Butler. Now I feel bad that I put you in timeout. I'm sorry about that.
Happy birthday, Curtis. You
Should we sing to him to make up for it?
Well, I'm about to say, maybe if they get a heel, maybe they'll get Drew McIntyre. I don't know, because I don't know who's been drafted yet. So I'll have to catch up unless he's already been drafted, and I just don't know yet.
How about we sing to Curtis Butler?
Oh, Lord. Okay, ready?
All right. 1, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Curtis. Happy birthday to you. Future Grammy Award winners right there.
No, we're not, but we'll pretend we are.
Hey, I'll take it.
All right, then, Aaron. Well, you have a good night. I'm going to listen to you so I can figure out what's going on with the last few minutes of SmackDown before I play catch-up. So you have a good night.
All right, you too, my friend. Take care.
All right, you too.
All right, bye. All right, I will take another call if it's a serious one and not a troll. If somebody would like to give their thoughts on the show up to this point and maybe a final prediction regarding the biggest acquisition of all time. I will take one more call here since we're going to have this 6-man main event, which will probably last a good 2 segments. I'm just going to sit here quietly until somebody calls. Nobody wants to call in. The sound of silence. I'm just going to sit here and stare awkwardly at the camera until somebody calls in. Caitlin, call in. All right, Dylan's calling in. Hello, Dylan.
Hey, Aaron, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Thanks for calling in. I've been sitting here awkwardly for the past 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah, I saw that. So I took I took my chance.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in. So how are you feeling about the show up to this point?
It's pretty rare that I catch you live, and I just kind of got on YouTube about to go when that other guy called in about the inside information.
Right. Well, he actually messaged me just now and said he was actually doing a Dave Meltzer impression.
Oh, well, sadly, none of us, I guess, got the joke.
I guess, yeah, we all missed it. But anyway, so how you feeling about the shakeup up to this point?
I don't know. I mean, is it really much of a shakeup? I mean, they're just switching guys back and forth from the roster, and we see them come on both shows every week, anyways, or at least the weeks up until WrestleMania.
Oh, hold on a second here. Buddy Murphy promo. Is he heading over to Smackdown? Looks like it. All right, yeah, it looks like Buddy Murphy's heading over to Smackdown. So what do you think about that? What's your reaction to that?
Well, first of all, I didn't even know that 205 Live was its own roster. I thought by default it was on Raw.
I think they got rid of that concept a while ago.
Oh, that's That's honestly kind of dumb, in my opinion.
Well, there you go. I mean, I guess that would explain why he dropped the Cruiserweight title, because there were plans to have him on the main roster, even though 205 Live is kind of the main roster.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been out of the loop for a little bit, but, every WrestleMania season, I kind of tune in to see, all the big angles and all the big matches.
Well, yeah, I remember you telling me that, like, you kind of, like, lost interest in WWE.
Yeah. I mean, years ago, but I mean, I still watch your videos. I still send in super chats whenever I can, and
which I appreciate.
Well, you're very welcome. So I don't really have much to add on the Superstar Shakeup itself, but who did you say earlier was released, or who just left?
Okay, so Alexander Wolf from Sanity announced that he's leaving. He just said goodbye and said he's moving on to something else with his life. And then we also had earlier today, Luke Harper asked for his release and released a statement about it. That one really saddens me, just because I think, like, he was one of the most underrated guys in the company. And I remember, like, 2 years ago, he was just on the verge of being a top star on SmackDown, and then he kind of just got lost in the shuffle. They never did anything with the momentum that he had. I mean, they could have put him in the match at WrestleMania with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, and I think it would have been a significantly better match than what we ended up getting. But yeah, nothing happened out of that, and it looks like Harper's done, and he's 39 years old, so I don't know how many more years he had on top potentially, but I feel like he could have done something more than he did, at least.
Yeah, it is a shame. It just, I really just don't get it. Vince, I mean, he loves his big guys, and you get a big wrestler who I don't know, who can wrestle, in my opinion, and has a creative gimmick, and just like him and what's his face, Braun Strowman, like, he just doesn't pushes them to the top. Like, I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, Vince does what he's going to do, and like people say, probably nothing's going to change as long as Vince is in charge. It's just the way it's going to be.
Well, who's the guy that beat Kurt Angle at WrestleMania? What's his name?
Baron Corbin.
Yeah, I mean, who in the right state of mind would give that guy more TV time than, say, Shinsuke Nakamura? I mean, come on.
Well, I think Greg Cherry might disagree with you on that one. He likes Baron Corbin. At least he likes Baron's finisher and his other move that he does. He likes the end of days and the deep six, and he likes his entrance music. I do feel like, Nakamura has been pretty underused, and he won the Royal Rumble, and then he kind of got cooled off on his momentum at WrestleMania, and then with that heel turn.
Well, I can tell you, as someone who's been watching New Japan for years, they really have dropped the ball on the guy. I mean, there's no excuse to why Shinsuke Nakamura isn't one of their top guys right now. It's ridiculous.
All right. Well, the good thing, for the talents and for the fans, we do have the alternatives now. New Japan, they did that show at the Cow Palace last year, and you got
and there's one coming up in Dallas.
Yeah. Isn't that close to where you're at?
Yeah. I live in Waco.
I remember you telling me you were in Texas.
Yeah. I live in Waco, Texas. Yeah, that's about a 3-hour drive northeast.
Oh, nice. So you're gonna head over for that?
Yeah. So I already bought the tickets.
Nice.
The other day. Me and my two brothers are gonna head there.
Sounds good. And you got New Japan and AEW starting up. So I mean, there are alternatives out there.
Yes, I am very excited for All Elite Wrestling. I'm so hoping we go back to the glory days of the Monday Night Wars, or in this case, the Monday/Tuesday Night Wars,
or whatever they end up doing. I mean, if AEW can get on TBS or TNT, that's going to be huge. That's definitely good for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, history, it is repeating itself. I mean, back in the day, who was it? Dusty Rhodes, when Jim Crockett Promotions and WCW, and now you got his son, Cody, who's running AEW.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a cool thing that Cody's able to get the fans this excited about a product that hasn't even done one show officially yet. I mean, there's all this buzz, and there's a lot of optimism, a lot of hope from fans that this will be the beginning of a new era for the wrestling business. So only time will tell what they can pull off, if they can keep the momentum and sustain it.
I really hope it is, because I just can't watch WWE anymore. They're not pushing my favorite guys as much as I want them to, and the storylines, I mean, they're dull and boring, and the cringy humor and just and who was it? War Machine, who were a tag team in New Japan, and I just heard recently they're called the Viking Experience.
Yeah, the Viking Experience.
Oh my God. That sounds like a carnival ride.
Yeah, pretty much. Like that's the running joke on social media, that it's like a Disney attraction or something like that.
Yeah, I can't wait till Adam Cole gets called up and they call him Tad Worthington and his faction the entitled group or whatever.
Well, I was thinking like Adam Cole would come in and they do some kind of storyline where he's Michael Cole's nephew or something.
Oh, please.
You just know that's going to happen if Vince has any say about it.
God, Vince needs to have less say in it. And then there was the incident. What was it? I didn't know this, but Archibald Peck, or also known as R.D. Evans, was like a writer for WWE.
Yes, yeah, he was responsible for the Hall of Fame speech where Vince's name was referenced, and apparently Vince got pissed off, and then he just decided to take a walk. He was like, "I'm not dealing with this. I'm done."
Yeah, after Bret Hart thanked him in his speech, and then DX mentioned him several times, and nothing.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous and over the top. Anyways, thank you so much for the call. Good to hear from you again. Anything you would like to plug or promote?
Yeah, well, I guess one thing I'd like to add is this is a little bit of a mini rant, but to the people out there, and I heard about this through the grapevine, but at the show on Monday Night Raw, not the Shakeup, but the one last week after Mania, with all the AEW chants, and I heard that there was a few people around that same time who were getting angry at the people who were chanting AEW, saying that, "Oh, you marks, it's just a t-shirt company, you know, they're Bush League, they're a bunch of indie spot monkeys, et cetera, et cetera." Listen, to all of you listening to this, listen, if you want AEW to fail, you're not a wrestling fan. Okay, I'm telling everyone that if you want WWE to be a better product, then we need competition.
Exactly. I agree with you 100% on that. I mean, I think anybody that grew up on the Monday Night Wars knows that competition's best for everybody. It's best for the talents, and it's best for the fans, because WWE can't just coast along. They got to step up their game, especially if another company is taking away their market share and starting to take away their dollars. WWE has to win those fans back. You know, they've been coasting along for the past 18 years now because they've had no competition, and they pretty much dominate the marketplace, so they can do whatever they want and get away with it.
Yeah, even back in the day, when WCW was at its worst, even back then, I still didn't want it to go out of business, but it did, and you have to think about it like this. I mean, there's a lot of people that still, they're dwindling, but there's a lot of people that still watch Raw and SmackDown, and they, as much as people criticize it, they still watch. I mean, I stopped watching, but people still watch it. So you got to put yourself in the shoes of the fans of WCW back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, they kept watching, hoping that it would get better. So
absolutely.
It does kind of annoy me when people will make excuses for the crappy products nowadays, but then they'll laugh at WCW and all of its mishaps when we're kind of in the same boat here.
Oh yeah, I mean we've seen a lot of WCW like bloopers from WWE over the past couple of years for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, I urge. You know what? If AEW is going to fail, I mean, TNA. I mean, we all know what happened there. It tried, and unfortunately, it failed. But I think this is different. It just feels, I don't think TNA had this much buzz when it first started to form.
I mean, it had some buzz, but yeah, I feel like AEW is at a whole other level. I mean, one show they've already drawn a bigger crowd than TNA ever did. Almost 17, 18 years in existence. One show they've already done a bigger crowd than anything TNA has ever done.
Yeah, and the fact that people are chanting AEW on live on Monday Night Raw, I mean, that's pretty good for a T-shirt company.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, well, thank you so much. We got the match here wrapping up, so I'll let you go here. Thanks a lot for calling in. I really do appreciate it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, thanks. And and just please let's everyone support wrestling. Like, we need more competition. So
great point. Very well said.
Give AEW a chance.
All right. Thank you so much for the call. Take care, my friend.
All right, you too. Thanks.
All right, bye. All right, that was Dylan. He had quite a lot to say there, and I agree with everything he said regarding AEW and WWE. I mean, we should definitely be rooting for everyone to succeed, and hopefully AEW can be competition. Anyways, back to this match. Cesaro just did the big swing on Kofi. Yeah, I really haven't been very invested in it. Sorry, Kevin Owens. Let's see if he does the heel turn or not. I mean, I really haven't been that invested in this match. I'm just waiting to see what the big accusation is. All right, Kevin Owens tags in. The big O. He's got to be turning heel because this is so over the top. Wait a minute, let's see if he does something here. Smack him. Aw. I was hoping like Kofi would bounce off the ropes and Owens would just clothesline the hell out of him. Trouble in Paradise to Rusev. Stunner to... Wow, Rusev sold it like Vince in 1997. And Owens just pinned Rusev. So there you go. Big O and the New Day are victorious. Oh, boy. Gary says, hey, what's up, boss man, a.k.a. Rift? I'm doing good. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Noah says, Dylan, you are a real wrestling fan, and I appreciate you. Well said, sir. All right, Vince. Of course, Vince watches properly. Everybody else is watching sideways like an idiot. Vince is actually watching the screen like a normal person. All right, here comes Vince. Final segment of the evening. All right, real quick. I'm opening up Skype one more time if somebody would like to call in with any final thoughts on the shakeup and the end of the show. So real quick, one more call here. All right, Hampalicious is calling in. Hello, Hampalicious. Finally, you call in.
What's up?
Not much here. We're almost at the end of the show, so I'm a little bit relieved because I feel like this show's been going on forever. How have you felt about this show?
I actually left a super chat earlier. You kind of missed it.
Did I?
Was saying I liked it better when they did the one night WWE draft.
Oh, I apologize for missing that. Then, well, thank you for that super chat.
Fine.
You know what I miss?
I was just saying, with this, you don't really, you just have people randomly coming out and they're saying, oh, this guy's on SmackDown or this guy's on Raw now. It's not really clear because they've been showing up on both shows each week.
Yeah, it has been very confusing this year. I agree on that. I do miss when we would have the general managers and they'd both come out on stage and then they'd make their picks.
Right. I just liked it better when they had, two guys. It was more exciting to me when two guys representing the show would go at it in the ring and the winner, whoever represented that show got a pick.
Right.
It would go up to the video screen. It would say, all right, you have this guy now, and everybody would react. Now that guy's going to that show, and it's just not clear enough.
I agree. That's a better format than what they've been doing. It just feels really lazy what they've been doing lately.
Right. I mean, but you know me. I ran all the time about how WWE really doesn't know what they're doing anymore. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that quite a few times tonight. I know a lot of people are quite disgruntled with the state of affairs here, and this show's felt pretty lackluster overall. I mean, I do like Balor going over, and a couple of the moves make sense to me, but still, like, I don't know. This show has just felt very slow paced, and I don't know. I don't feel the real level of excitement that I felt in previous years. Anyways, any final thoughts here before we get to this last segment?
No, I think it's probably going to be Roman Reigns, which I'm okay with because I'd like to see him versus Daniel Bryan, some new guys or anything, but I just hope they don't really take the title off Kofi so quick, because I'm afraid they're going to do that.
Yeah, well, maybe Kofi will have the title for a while, and then maybe it'll be Kofi versus Lars Sullivan eventually if they build up Lars as this really strong, credible challenger, and Kofi's, Kofi already beat most of the guys on SmackDown, during that gauntlet and whatnot, so he needs some new blood. He needs some new opponents to face for sure.
But, yeah, I was also really hoping to see a Kofi and Randy feud, I think that would be entertaining because Randy's kind of the one that kind of pushed him down before, so they could bring that up.
Yeah, they could. I mean, we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, anything you would like to plug or promote?
No, just tell everybody to keep following you. I appreciate it. I enjoy watching your videos, even though I ran a lot.
That's all right. It's quite all right. Thank you so much for the call. I really do appreciate it. Hope to hear from you soon.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, have a great night. All right, that was Hampalicious. So on that note, I am officially closing Skype for the night. We are on the final segment of SmackDown Live. We have the Scary Dollhouse promo for Bray Wyatt. And there is the doll version of Paige. I don't know what that's supposed to be. Is that Sister Abigail? I like the closed captioning. Ha 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 ha. All right, here we go. Here comes Vince. Who's it going to be, everybody? Final predictions in the chat room. We've waited here for 2 hours waiting for this moment. Who do you guys think will be the big name showing up? Let's hear it. Final predictions. Kiro says Brock. UWCW Wrestling says Goldberg. Ain't going to be Goldberg. Brando says Brock Lesnar. Ken says McIntyre. Anthony says Roman. Holiday says Roman. Michael Heiss says Roman. Bastash Ketchum says CM Punk. Yeah, right. Nathan Washington says Roman Reigns. Nathan Washington says Roman. Relaxing Ghost says Ambrose. Yeah, right. All right, here we go. I wonder if Vince is going to troll everybody first. Will we get a "You Screwed Brett" chant here right now? Without a doubt, the greatest acquisition in SmackDown history. Yep, the "You Screwed Brett" chants. I called that one. Drum roll, please. Elias. Ah, ha, ha, troll. Vince McMahon trolling everybody. I figured they were going to do something to troll people. Yeah. I like how the announcers are trying to say, well, yeah, this is a big announcement for SmackDown. Here comes Elias. Handshake to Vince. Yeah, don't worry, guys. I think we got our big swerve coming up here. Crowd's chanting, walk with Elias, of course. They're happy. So you might as well just end the show now. The crowd's happy. Elias says Vince has his finger on the pulse. What way to kick off the new era of SmackDown than by walking with Elias? Well, I guess Elias is another person that can feud with Kofi. Oh no, it froze! No! My stream just froze! What the hell? It just froze on me, guys. All right, we're back. Whew. No, wait a minute. No, it froze again. It's black. There we go. It's back. Not cool, Sling TV. Not cool at all. Okay, it's Roman Reigns. There you go. There you go. Roman Reigns is the final acquisition to SmackDown Live. So there you go. As I figured it would be, Roman Reigns with SmackDown heading to Fox seems like the choice. And it is, in fact, Roman Reigns on SmackDown Live, the real biggest acquisition. And Dylan, who just called in a few minutes ago with a $5 super chat, says, hey, Aaron, look up the Super Smash Brothers tag team. It's rumored that AEW might sign them, and something tells me you'd be a big fan of theirs. Will do, Dylan. I will check that out, and thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate it. I like how we're supposed to pretend like this wasn't the real acquisition. Superman punch to Vince McMahon by Roman Reigns. What a rebel that Roman Reigns is, punching a 70-year-old man in the face. He says, SmackDown Live is my yard now. Yeah, decent reaction. I think it was mostly cheers for him. I saw a few people booing. We'll see how long it lasts. I mean, so far he's been getting good reactions since coming back, but Noah says that was an okay ending. I just find it funny that we're supposed to believe that Roman isn't the real biggest acquisition, that Vince's real choice was Elias. Yeah, right. Nice swerve, though. That was quite amusing. All right, guys. So now it's time for the poll. It's time to do the poll on NoDQ's Twitter and the letter grade. So let's hear it. Noah gives it a B-. Zach with an A. WCW Wrestling gives it a C. Hamp Connell with a D, Noah with a B-, Michael Heiss with an A+, Wrestling with Kobe a B-, More Faves with a C-, Mike B with an A-, TK with an A, Darius with a B-, Zach with a B, Don with a C, Zach with an A. I thought it was a show that kind of felt uneventful for the most part, but I will give it a B-. You know, actually I think it's the same grade as I gave Raw. You know, not a bad show, not like a home run by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, Roman Reigns, logical pick for SmackDown given the circumstances with Fox. Balor was a good pick. I mean, overall the picks were pretty good. So yeah, I mean, I'll give it a B-. I'm almost even feeling generous to a B. Probably a B-. All right, so there you go. That is SmackDown Live, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate your viewership and support. Next week, I will be back to the usual format after Raw and after SmackDown. Of course, we got the NoDQ review coming up where we will be talking more about that. Sean Taylor with a $2 super chat says, U.S. and IC champion on SmackDown. So a lot of people have been asking me this. I'm assuming Roman Reigns, now that he's on SmackDown Live, we will see maybe a few more people go over to Raw to make up for the void. I think we're going to have Samoa Joe go back to Raw. I mean, I would be shocked if both mid-card champions are on SmackDown. Just doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I could see Raw getting a few more people now that Roman Reigns is officially on SmackDown Live. I think that, you know, that rumor is probably going to be true, where we will see maybe 2 or 3 more people go over to Raw, including Samoa Joe. Cindy makes a great point here. At least we will no longer hear Michael Cole saying it's the big dog. Very good point there. Now we'll just have to hear Tom Phillips say it. Looking at the poll results, 48% yes, 15% no, 27% said somewhat they enjoyed the show, and 10% did not watch. So more people like the show than Raw, I think. Again, I'm like somewhere between a B and a B-, but I'm gonna down it a little bit just because I did feel like the show dragged more than usual, despite the fact that it was the Superstar Shakeup. Just felt kind of slow paced to me. But anyways, that's my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll be back to normal next week. Thank you guys so much